Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. It's Mary Jane, and let's talk about Fix My Life with Neffe and her husband Shelby. They're back on the show after all has been done. They came back. They came back to put their heads back on TV and just really kind of like embarrass themselves and not really own up to it. I don't know if this show's actually going to help them, if they receive any help, because it seems like it's going to put them more in a stupor. It seems like there's so many unresolved issues, like they need like help, they need somebody to live with them. They need a living coach. They need counseling. They need it like hands on, especially in their house, how to just raise kids, how to parent, how to just be their self. They need to relearn everything. It's just like, Shelby and Neffe been through way too much, and they keep going through way too much. It's like they're codependent on each other failures, and being with each other. They don't have to do better. They don't have to stand up. They don't have to be held accountable for their behaviors. But if they was to get into any other relationship, people will, Neffe will be held accountable, and so would Shelby. He would be held accountable for their behaviors. They would have to grow. They would have to change. But being together, they don't have to change. They can just keep going in the circle of chaos that they're going in. And it seems like the cycle is going to continue. Then poor kids are going to pick up this behavior and be in relationship just like this and be dysfunctional and suffer, have really traumatic childhoods where they're going to have PTSD and all type. They see so much between Shelby and Neffe that it's just a bad environment for them kids to be in, really. From Neffe drinking, saying that she's not drinking, and Neffe saying that she hasn't did any of her homework assignments that she was assigned last year, like seeking counseling. And actually, but she was going to counseling for 4 to 5 months until her insurance canceled, if you actually believe that. And she also said that she was diagnosed being bipolar and highly depressed, or she can be depressed very easily. So that's her dude. Her dude. That's what the people at the clinic saying, that she's bipolar. She's highly depressed. And, with her lifestyle and what she's been through, of course she will be depressed. Of course she will have mood swings and be bipolar, but I don't know if they did blood work on her. Who knows if this is actually true, this is actually factual, that she actually went to a doctor and they said she actually has bipolar, because it just seems like she's just suffering with abandonment issue, insecurity issues, and she is depressed, but it seems like, she can change if she wants to. It seems like it's not that difficult for her, but she made it that difficult, because it's always woe is me. I have these problems. This happened to me. That happened to me. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have a mother. I don't have a mother to call. Like, damn, but you're a mother now, and you got to be there for them kids. You got to show the best example possible for them kids. And the life and the childhood that you didn't want, why put your kids through the same thing, especially if there's a way out for you? Being on this show, people will send money to you, Neffe, and get you some help. Doctors will see you, and I know at one point in time Keisha Cole would have helped you out too as well. But so now we got Neffe saying that she's bipolar. There's really no proof of it. A lot of people there's nothing against anybody that's bipolar, but with Neffe, like she said, she has a hard time understanding her reality around her, what is actually real, cause she keeps lying to herself. And I don't even know if this is a lie. She told herself that she was bipolar because maybe she found it on the web. I have no idea. But you know what? We'll say that, okay, she is bipolar, but she refuses to take her medication. Medication is not the greatest thing, the end all to be all, but I don't see Neffe trying any other way. Like Dr. Sabi will be a way for Neffe. His website is still up, R.I.P. Dr. Sabi. Actually, Matudi Atra and thehealthstore.com will help people in like Neffe's type of position that really wants help, because it's like a chemical imbalance, it's nutrients, it's food, it's a lot of herbal stuff that can take away a lot of illnesses that you can't find at your daily market or farmer's market or grocery store. So she actually really wanted to change. This information out here for her actually to change, and she's not a she's a smart woman, because she's smart enough to get on these shows, she's smart enough to get money, she's smart enough to promote herself online too as well. She's smart enough to have a glam team or whatever, and then she's raising her kids, she got married. So if she really actually really wants to help, she can actually get the help. She would, I mean, when you are really ready for change, there's nothing that can stop you. Them voices in your head can't stop you. People and the decision that they make around you can't stop you. A hurricane, a storm, a tornado, getting your leg cut off, getting into a car accident. And when you really want to change, there's nothing that can stop you. And right now, she is happy and content with the way she is, because she's not forced to do anything new. She's not forced to do anything different. She might have adjustment disorder, adjusting to new things, adjusting to change. A lot of people have that type of, issue, especially because they think something, if something changed, everything's going to go wrong. Just keep it the way it is, so, and then on top of that, she's talking about she got into a fight with her husband the night before. He overhears her a conversation talking to some dude, and the dude was like, calling her and showing her some affection, some attention, and she was like, I'll suck his penis for that, made me feel good. And her husband heard it, and then they started arguing and yelling. It was something that, they never went off like that before. I'm like, yo, what is really going on? Like, this sounds crazy. Like, why would she talk that loud enough for her husband to hear her? But she doesn't really care. She says she doesn't really have a marriage. I have no idea what's real and what's fake, because she doesn't know what's real and what's fake. So I can't tell you what's real and what's fake. Even Miss V, she can't tell you what's real and fake. She says, I can't treat the mentally ill. Only thing I can do is coach y'all, and you are uncoachable. You and Shelby are very uncoachable. And she wants to know what's going on with the marriage. And she was just like, well, the marriage sucks. We don't have a marriage. We don't have this. We don't have that. We don't talk. We don't communicate. We don't have sex. I don't get any affection. I don't get nothing. I don't get this and that. She was like, oh, the doctor said I self-medicate, because when I'm having my bipolar experience, I self-medicate with alcohol, but she doesn't really think she has an alcohol problem. And so, she's been through so much that she really needs a cleansing inside and out, like for 3 months straight. She needs like, like if she really wants to help, there's really places where you could actually find the help and the information if she really wants it. And she doesn't have to do it publicly, and she can do it privately. And sometimes privately is the best when you're doing something to better yourself, where nobody can judge or say how your progress went or whatever, but you're doing it. And then you come with the solution like, hey, listen, I'm fixed. Things are a lot better. I think a lot clearer. But, Neffe's not ready for that yet. She's not ready for any of that. She's still, woe is me at her age, at 38 years old with kids. A lot of people has had traumatic experience and been through hell and back. But there's no need for you to put your children in a bad position like that, and no need for you to continue to do the wrong thing if you actually want to change, if you actually want something better for your children. And in this situation, Neffe, to me, is very capable of doing that. And she does have the resources to do that. If she really wanted to do it, the resources would be there to help her. And so then we have Shelby. He talks about that he almost died when he meets Miss V, talking about she was like, I heard that you had a spat illness or you're sick. He was like, I almost died. She was like, look at the over exaggeration. So he was like, he almost died. He had this bleeding also, all this and that. He was just going in. He was like, well, I don't have a marriage. I don't have nothing. Nothing hasn't changed. Neffe was drinking. She was drinking. And Neffe did this. Neffe did that. Neffe said she was going to give another man a blowjob, but I don't care. And so I don't care who she has sex with. I don't talk to her. I don't do nothing with her. And, we don't talk. I don't have sex with her. I don't touch her. I don't do this. I don't do that, because I want her to know how I feel. I'm like, damn. So it seems like he didn't do anything he didn't complete any of his homework assignments either, because the way he's coming off talking now, Miss V was like, Shelby was coming off, really quiet and mild individual. Now he's all gun-ho, yelling and screaming, and things that he's saying and doing may be destructive to his life. Speaking up and having a voice is one thing, but when you speak up and you hurt and you just say awful things to cause arguments, it's not helping the situation. You being, negative and neglectful does not help your situation, does not make your marriage better, and does not make the kids' life around you better. And, Shelby saying that he's going to stay with, Neffe because of his child. He only has one child. There's 5 kids, I guess, altogether. And, he can do that apart, but I guess it's expensive to live in California. It seems like he pays the bill. And, Mrs. V was like, I don't want to hear you prostituting your pain. I was like, no, she didn't say prostitute when you're pain, because it's just like he likes to cry wolf. He likes to cry that Neffe did this to me, Neffe did that, and he was raped too. He had a very bad childhood too as well. And he's not ready for change with Neffe. He needs to change on his own. He needs to heal on his own, just like Neffe needs to heal on her own. If he really wants to change and be a better man and a good father, he needs to do the work. He needs to do the work. He needs to get help. He needs to get a cleansing. He needs to protect his children. He needs to protect himself, and he needs to heal himself from his past and his pain and all the things that he assumed that makes him weak or make him not good enough. And he would have to change if he got with a different type of woman too. Right now he doesn't have to change. He can stay the same with Neffe, because they're so they don't know where each other ends or begins. They just know, like, we feed off each other. We feed off the hurt, the pain, the sadness, the arguing, the kids, financial problems, child abuse, medical issues, just pain, alcohol, sex, marriage. They feed off of each other on all that negativity, where you become used to it, that you don't see nothing different. You don't want to change. You don't want nothing else, because then you would have to be different. Then you would have to actually put change in your life. You would actually have to work towards something. Right now, only thing they have to work towards is fighting it and putting down each other. So that's the way that situation goes. So I'm just like, damn. And so then he's telling, Miss V what's going on in the situation with Neffe, talking about she want to suck this guy penis and all this other stuff. And it really got him upset, really got him mad. And he goes, I don't even know why I got mad. I don't know why I got upset, because he, in one voice, he spoke to Miss V and was like, hey, listen, I don't care what she does or who she's with, because I ain't doing it with her. Then, Miss V was like, then why did you get upset? Why did you get mad? Why did you have an argument? Because of principle. Because, I just let it get under my skin. And so then that's when Neffe, she comes down and says, I want to leave. I want to go home. And she's just going off because he's lying on me. How did he lie? She said the exact same thing, that she was on the phone talking. She said she'll suck this guy's penis because he shows her some attention. And we all know females like that if you say hello to them, they think you say I love you, because it's a part of their makeup or whatever, searching for affection, searching for attention, and they have abandonment issues too as well. And they've been neglected. So anybody that shows them an ounce of attention, that's my man there, that's my husband, that's my baby daddy. So, Neffe, she's yelling and she's screaming. And so this is when, Shelby was like, you ain't my master, I can talk, master, I got my own opinion, master. And then I was like, oh, why is he calling her master? Like, damn, she ain't your slave owner. Yes. Oh, so embarrassing. That's why, Miss V was upset. She was mad. She cussed out Shelby. She was like, Shelby, what's your problem? Our people's really been enslaved and things happen. She ain't your master. That gives away. You calling a black woman here your master? That ain't what happened back in the day. Like, how can you say that? How can you even do that? How can you just, be, and she was just like so disgusted. I was disgusted. Master. She ain't your master. Shit. And just to say it like that, to use that traumatizing and just cry out for help. But it's not really help. It's just attention and seeking behavior that Shelby is actually showing. So is Neffe. And they got a paycheck for this. They got to stay in a hotel, and then also, Neffe forgetting a suitcase. And, Mrs. V was on Neffe, like, how do you forget a suitcase? You're 38 years old. You got 5 kids. And so, probably not have been the true story that she was really wanting to say. Probably another reason why she was late. But sometimes people do forget things, especially under a lot of stress, and they have to face up to the facts. So, or face up to their behaviors are not actually changing. So, Mrs. V was really upset. Miss Fix My Life was upset. She was pissed that he used, the term of slavery and what our people have gone through, and call a black woman like a master, like a slave master. Like, that's Not gonna happen. And it's just like you're searching for pity in each type of way that you use slavery just to get some pity. I'm just like, whoa, what's really going on? So needless to say, it didn't work. The marriage is over, supposedly. Shelby says that he moved out, he got a new place to stay, and that, Neffe's been drinking her ass off. Neffe said, and then they're in the process of having a divorce. That's what Shelby says. Neffe says that they're not even in the process of divorce because he won't sign the divorce papers. He still live at the same house. And she's not drinking. And she actually, was going back to school. So that's the story. What do you think about this? This is just utter craziness. But hopefully this story will help somebody that's in a situation like Neffe or Shelby, for real, because this is just way too much.